she, I like that. Do I have flowers growing out of my head?
Yep.
All right, I look good, huh? It's the best I've ever looked.
I'm going down under. Stop telling.
Don't burn your shirt. Okay. Well, thank you everybody for coming today. It's great to see everybody here today. And the best part was when Valerie sent out all your pictures so I could figure out who you were before you got here.
Good at that.
Now, who are they?
Yeah, it makes it a whole lot easier for me because this is only my third time that I've ever done this. And so I might screw up a couple times, so just let it slide. And I'll try to get past it the best that I can. Before I get into the real part of the ceremony, I wanted to take just a moment to introduce you to Wendy and to Steve, our hosts, and to thank them very much for letting us come to their house and tear it up a little bit. And have some fun.
Thank you.
I want more cheese puffs.
Wait.
We'll get you guys some.
Okay, a little bit about myself. I've known Kevin now going on about 11 years. We were cubicle mates at the place where we worked. I still work there. He's lucky to be done. And when I got there, I wasn't sure what to expect. And Steve, I'm going to introduce in the same kind of way. He was a cubicle mate as well. And so they were both there already, and I got there. And after a while, we were eavesdropping on each other's phone calls and whatnot, seeing who was doing what, who was saying what about what. And we finally figured out after a little bit that we all three of us tend to lean kind of conservative. And as it happens, we all kind of like skiing. We're not very good, but we like it. We also like bicycle riding and hiking and travel. So we sort of became friends. And after all these years, in spite of how much I continue to harass, frustrate, and annoy him, we're still friends. Can't figure it out. So, to the goal of my role here today, I do what I commonly refer to as a non-traditional wedding ceremony. What that means is, I don't get into any religious aspects or anything like that. I don't get into anything that you might be accustomed to, and there's a reason for that. I've been to a few weddings in my life. I'm sure some of you have also been to a few weddings in your life, and I've always, as a guest, I've always sat out in the audience, if you will, with the guests, wondering, I know one of the people up there. Sometimes I know both of them, but typically it's just one of them, the bride or the groom. And I always wonder, what's the story? How did this come to be like this? Why are you here? And who are all those other people standing up there? And why are they here? And I've always been sort of curious about that. So a few years ago, one of my nephews said, hey, will you officiate our wedding and do it in a non-traditional way? And I got to thinking about it and saying, well, that'd be kind of fun. Something that's not expected by the guests and makes it a little bit more interesting and more engaging. So I came up with this process that I'm going to present to you today, and hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I like putting it together, because it's a lot of fun. So, to begin, well, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to tell you the story of Kevin and Valerie. And I couldn't do it without introducing you to Robin. So, Robin. Everybody, this is Robin.
Hello,
The reason I had to introduce you to Robin is because it's all her fault. 100%. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for Robin. So, I was scolded a couple times because I take too long, so I'm going to try and go kind of fast. So I apologize now that I'm going to go really fast. But everybody had some food before we got over here, so you're feeling like you're not hungry, so that's good. I just try and keep you from going to sleep during the meal. So, well, let me think. Okay, never mind. I'll go a different way. In August, September 2006, wherever you guys were, Robin and Valerie were at work. And Robin said, Valerie, I'm really sick of going home at night and watching TV and doing dishes and doing laundry. It's boring. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to shake things up a little bit. And Valerie thought, you're right. It is kind of boring going home every night, doing laundry, dishes, and sitting around watching TV. So, Robin said, we should probably take up a beginning class of dancing. We can meet some new people. It'll be easy. We'll get some good instruction. And we might even learn how to dance. Who knows? It could be fun. Valerie thought, dancing, not a very good idea. A little nervous about that. Not sure I could pull that off. But with a little cajoling and some hardcore pressure, Robin finally convinced Valerie to go to dance class. Now, at this very same time, this man, a few miles away in Torrance, they both lived in Torrance, was getting a flyer out of his mailbox for the Torrance Adults Guild. Said, hey, ballroom dancing. I might be able to meet some nice women at this place. Plus, of course, I might actually learn how to dance. So this could be fun. So they both signed up for the ballroom dancing class. And as it turns out, with most classes in these kinds of environments, there's lots of people in the beginning. But as time goes by, it trickles down, fewer people come, it's fun, but less and less people, they get tied up in doing their laundry and watching TV and stuff, so they stop coming to class. So as we're getting near the end of the 10-week course, Valerie and Kevin are dancing a little bit more frequently. Robin and Kevin had a couple opportunities to share a couple dances. Bridget, another friend from work over at Norman, shared a couple dances with Kevin. And I understand Jordan, their boss, came by, and Kevin and Jordan mixed it up a couple times and had some good laughs out on the dance floor. It was epic. Good times. As the class got to the close, everybody was wrapping things up. The dance instructor said that he also ran a studio and he had open dance on Friday nights. And the students could all come out to the dance studio to enjoy a free dance if they wanted to practice their steps and whatnot. So Valerie and Robin and Bridget were thinking, that might be fun. We can go out to the school and maybe dance a little bit more and get a little bit more practice and have a few more laughs. Kevin, on the other hand, he's thinking, go to the dance studio. I might have some more opportunities here. At the same time, he was also thinking to himself, I really like Valerie. She's very attractive. She's very nice. She was fun to dance with. And it was very nice meeting her. So maybe I'll see her there too. So he's thinking, well, I got to make sure I've got everything squared away. So I'm going to go over and talk to Valerie and Robin and Bridget and see if I can convince them to go. Now, he didn't know that they already intended to go. He thought he had this great plan. So he went over and he said, hey, ladies, I was thinking that this Friday night thing might be fun. We can practice a little bit more. And it'll be good to know some people that are already there. And they thought, well, okay, we'll go. So they all went to the Friday night dance gig. And they're all having a good time. Kevin's there waiting. Valerie and Robin and Bridget show up, and he's, okay, thank God. And so Kevin asks Valerie to dance. They share a dance, and then they take a break. And another gentleman asks Valerie to dance. Now, this is a bit of a problem. This gentleman is obsessed. And he apparently likes Valerie as well, finds her very attractive, and she's fun to dance with. So Kevin's on the sidelines, So they think, well, maybe it'll just be one dance. So maybe he'll share a dance with Robin. Robin and Kevin finish up, and Valerie's still out there on the floor with this guy. And he's just showing her the moves. And so Kevin's thinking, well, maybe I'll dance with Bridget, and then he'll be done. So he goes out and has a dance with Bridget. They finish up. Well, he's still out there with her. He won't let her sit down. They're just going at it, just really working it. So he says, all right, Jordan, you're up. Let's go. Let's get out on the dance floor and have some laughs. We'll see if we can break things up a little bit around here. Finally, he's getting a little nervous. Valerie's having a lot of fun. Looks like she's having a lot of fun with this guy. As it turns out, though, she's getting really tired. She says, you know what? I'm going to go sit down. I've got to take a little bit of a break. I'm a little tired. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to sit down for a minute. Kevin says, this is great. She's finally sitting down. It's going to be wonderful. This is my big chance. So he gives her the appropriate amount of time to get a little rest, and then he asks her for one more dance. And while they're dancing, he's thinking, gosh, this is great. She's so attractive. She's so nice, and I really like her. Maybe I'll get up some courage and I'll ask her out on an official date. But he's not sure just yet. So he keeps dancing with her. Things are starting to wind up. And Robin mentions that she has another commitment, so she has to head out. Kevin's, oh no, this is it. This is the big decision time. So he whips out his flask of Kentucky bourbon, takes a couple shots of liquid courage, punches, gets himself all squared away, and finds a charming way to get Valerie by herself for just a few minutes and asks her out on an official date. Well, Valerie knows that he's a nice guy and he's worked hard and he's been showing her some good dance steps, and it's been going really well. So she doesn't want to say no because she knows that that's really hard on a guy because it takes a lot of courage. She doesn't know about the flask. It takes a lot of courage to get up there and ask somebody out. So she agrees to go out with him. He's happy. He's leaving. He's thinking this is great. And Valerie and Robin and Bridget leave. Now Valerie, she's thinking, oh gosh, I hope I didn't make a mistake. Her words, I kid you not. I hope he's not a wacko or a psychopath.
I know why she said that.
So Valerie's talking to Robin and Bridget. What do I do? Do I meet him in a neutral place? I'm not sure if I want to let him know where I live because this could be a little scary. Well, ultimately, they work it out so that there's a contingency plan in place. Now, this is a first date rule. Every woman knows you got to have a contingency plan. So, they get together and they go out on their date. Kevin's a perfect gentleman. He helps her with her coat. He opens the car door for her. He's showing her the venue, giving her all of the information about where they're at and the show that they're going to see. The show's great. Everybody has a wonderful time, and they're leaving now, and much to his surprise, and she forgot she did this, the contingency plan was on a timer. Everybody knew when the play was going to end. So she gets a phone call from her daughter, Chrissy. Mom, I need a ride home. Come and get me.
That's right.
So now it's do or die time for Kevin. He's not sure what to do. Well, I could be a regular guy and say, just tell her to get a ride from a friend. Can't she call somebody else? She can call a friend or somebody's got to be able to get her a ride. Or he can take the high road and say, well, I can handle this, I can offer, and we can go pick up Chrissy and we can get her home, and then everybody's happy. So he opts for the high road. And he goes and they pick up Chrissy and they give her a ride home and everything's great. So that's the end of the first date. He doesn't think too much more about it, and Valerie's home safe and sound, everything's working out great. The next day, Valerie's back at work and she's telling Robin and Bridget, it was so great, he was such a gentleman. He helped me with my code, car door open. I haven't had an experience like that in years. It was wonderful. I sure enjoyed myself. So they talk about it a little bit, and Valerie decides, well, I think I should send him a thank you note and tell him how much I enjoyed myself, and perhaps he'll think that maybe we should get together one more time. So she sent him an email, and he got the email. We know he got the email. But, as it happens, as he's driving home by himself, he's thinking, I looked at the Dating for Dummies handbook. I read all the rules about the first date. I knew I was supposed to hold the door open. I knew I was supposed to open the door. I followed all the rules in that handbook, and she still threw in the contingency plan. Oh man, what a bummer. So, as it happens, he has an opportunity to go to his annual family reunion in Tennessee. And so he doesn't respond to her email. He goes off to Tennessee. And he enjoys his family reunion. When he gets there, he meets with his family. He says, hey guys, my brothers, I need some advice. I went out on a date with this very nice woman. I like her a lot. She's very pleasant. She's got a nice personality, very happy, very easygoing. But, we were on the first date and she used the contingency plan on me. I'm so upset and hurt. I didn't think she was going to do that. And they all look at him with sad, sad looks. Kevin, did you not read the Dating for Dummies handbook? And they said, well, yeah, I followed all the rules. Did you read the section for the women? No, I didn't read that section. Well, Kevin, if you had read the rules that the women are supposed to follow on the first date, you would have known. There's got to be a contingency plan, always. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I blew that. So now he feels bad because she did what she was supposed to do. He gets back to California and he pulls up the email and he says, well, I gotta go ahead and respond to this. This is too great. So he responds, and well, there you have it. That's the Kevin and Valerie story. Any question?
It happened exactly like that.
Exactly. Well, it's mostly true. Mostly true.
Talking Valerie for a week, right?
Well, now we get to the more traditional part. And Kevin and Valerie have written their own vows, and they would like to recite them to each other. So, I'll hold this. Before we begin, Steve, I have the ring for Kevin. Give it to Valerie, please.
We need Valerie's.
No, the one for Valerie's going to speak her vows first.
Okay. That's one. It'd be hard.
Do you want me to hold those? Yeah. I can hold these.
What is our first rodeo?
Valerie, will you please place the ring on Kevin's finger and then recite your vows to him?
Kevin, after our first date, you made my heart come alive again. It didn't take me long to realize you are a good and caring, compassionate man. Even my dad, who knew you just for a short time, he knew you were a kind man. He told me you are jiaxiaxi, which means, for people that don't know, gentle. So he said he's a gentle man. Sorry for my note cards. I love you for your patience, your desire to keep learning, your witty humor that keeps me laughing. You have patiently helped me during our dance lessons, with my skiing, which is still needs a lot of work, and trying to learn Spanish together. I am so happy that you accept that you accept my love to discover healthy changes for our lives, and that you are willing to try my nutritious dishes. That's a big one. When I'm with you, I am happy and I feel protected and truly loved. I trust and admire and respect you. And best of all, continuing our adventure as husband and wife. I truly want to make you happy and share the rest of my life with you. I love you so dearly.
That's okay. Steve, would you give Kevin Valerie's ring? Please place it on her finger and recite her vows to her.
I can't say that I can identify the exact moment when I knew I was in love with you, but I knew it was because of your beautiful smile and your infectious laugh. Also because of the kindness that you show to everyone and your ability to see the positive in almost any situation. You accept me as I am without restrictions, and you give yourself to me without pretense. This to me is the very basis for a lasting love, one built upon respect, honesty, and trust. Top it off with a dash of curiosity and a sense of adventure, and I'm very much looking forward to the rest of my life with you. I love you very much, and my love for you grows each and every day.
Good. Valerie, do you take Kevin to be your husband?
Yes, I do.
Kevin, do you take Valerie to be your wife?
I do.
By the power vested in me by the County of Orange, I pronounce you husband and wife. Please feel free to share a kiss. I talk fast sometimes. Maybe a little bit. So, now, while I have everybody's attention for just a minute, if you could help us, Kevin and Valerie are going to share a dance. So we need to move the chairs out of there.